This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so good morning, friends. In today's session, basically, what we are going to discuss is we are going to discuss how to run pipeline whenever there is mail with the attachment. You understood how to run a pipeline whenever we receive mail with the attachment. Example, let's imagine this is my Outlook. So let me draw the diagram. It will be very easy for you. Okay, so let's say this is my Outlook. Okay, let's imagine this is my Outlook. Okay, so this is my Outlook. So what I wanted to do, whenever a new mail came with the attachment, some CSV file or something, somebody attached and sent it to this particular mail. Okay, some mail with the attachment. What I want to do, so whenever I received a mail with attachment into this outlook.com, what I need to do, I need to like extract that particular file, okay, and keep it in the storage account. Keep it in the where? In the storage account. In the storage account. The storage account. So whenever new file arrived into the storage account, based on the event based trigger, I need to run the pipeline. You are already aware, okay, what is event based trigger. You are already aware what is event based trigger, right? Whenever a file arrived into the blob or data lake storage gen2, or whenever file deleted into the blob or data lake storage gen2, if you want to run a pipeline, you can run it. But here you need to understand, whenever there is a mail with the attachment is sent it to this outlook.com. Now I need to extract that file and put it in the storage account. For this, I'm going to use the logic app to read this particular file based on the event based trigger. I need to read the file which is uploaded and copy into another storage account using the ADF. But who is responsible for running this pipeline? So this event based, within the ADF there is an event based trigger which we already discussed. We already discussed about the trigger properties as well. All of you clear, friends? Now further to this, are you looking at all the outlook.coms? No. So let's say I'll give my cloudpundit@outlook.com. So into this mail ID, whenever a new file arrived, into this mail ID, I need to take only such type of mail IDs I need to consider. That is the first consideration. Second consideration is mail with the attachment. You can also say from whom mail. So for which mails you should respond. Let's say mail from Cloud Pandit, okay, something 34@gmail.com, something like this. I'm giving one of my mail ID, otherwise Cloud Pandit@gmail.com. From Cloud Pandit@gmail.com, whenever you received a mail from the Cloud Pandit@gmail.com and the subject is sample CSV file, something like this. The subject name is sample.csv, sample CSV file, and file must be attached to that mail. So based on these three filters, I can understand whether this is the mail which I need to respond or not. So if you want to respond to this particular mail, by logic have three things. One is it must be a cloudpundit@gmail.com. Second thing is it should have a sample CSV file subject, and third one is it should have the CSV file attached. Once these three are attached, and we need to send this particular mail to. Two address must be cloudpundit@outlook.com. Two address must be cloudpundit@outlook.com. Once we have, like, once all these things are satisfied, then Logic App will understand, okay, this is the mail which I need to respond. It will take that particular notification, it extract the file and store it in the storage account. Once the file is arrived into the storage account, you are already aware how to run the pipeline. So what I'll do step by step. First, we will see how to design the Logic App in order to extract the file and put it in the storage account whenever we send a mail to cloudpundit@outlook.com. All of you clear on this point? So if you have any doubts till here, let me know, friends, quickly.
Sir, this is Manikim.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm not sure this is the right question or not. So I'm receiving the mail from the external vendor with attachment, that is the file, and I need to process it, some more transformations and some doing that one in the ADA, and the final file needs to attach to the mail and send to the external vendor. Is it possible here in this case?
Okay, so you are saying after processing your end result, whatever result you have, that result
Yeah.
and file you want to take and send it to the client. Yes, that is possible. So that is absolutely possible. So same, using the Logic App, you can able to send the notification. If you remember, we already discussed how to trigger the notification, but only extra that you are asking is how we can able to send a mail with the attachment. Yes, definitely we can do it. If possible, I will take the class, that class as well. Okay.
Yeah, even attachment, the source file also will receive with the attachment from the Outlook itself.
Yes, yes, yes. We are not like sending, okay, you look at final file is there in this particular storage account here. We won't do that. So whatever you are expecting, we will send the attached CSV file within the Outlook and we will send it. Okay. That is
Yeah.
possible. That is 100% possible. So same, using Logic App only we can able to do. But today, if you see today's session, you will have some understanding. Okay.
Oh, okay, thank you, sir.
No problem. Shall we start, friends, now? Okay. So first, let's create the storage account. Okay. Storage account. Finorgy, click OK. Storage account in the cloud Pundit, blob 0711. Click review. See, step one is I am creating the storage account. If you look at here, I am creating the storage account because here we need to load the file. Okay. Click review. Just wait. Okay. So meanwhile, I'll log in into Office 365 login. So you know, right? cloudpundit@outlook.com. Everybody aware, I think, outlook.com. Okay. Go to Outlooks. Okay. So this is what, like, sorry. So if you look at here, right? So this is the mail which receives the this is the mail account which receives the mail from the outside mail IDs. So when we receive the mail from outside mail IDs, what we need to do is we need to respond. We need to take that particular file and put it in the storage account. Okay, fine. Go to container. Let's imagine for simplicity, I'm going to give Cloud Pandit full input. I'm going to get Cloud Pandit output. Okay, this is the input container, this is the output container. So what I wanted to do, whenever this Outlook received the mail, okay, whenever this received the mail, so from this particular mail, I need to extract the file from that received mail and put it in this particular folder. So whenever you received a new file, in which folder it will be available? Inbox, remember, okay? Now, how to extract the mail attachment from this Outlook and put it in the storage account? Which service we need to use? Which service we need? Logic App. Very good. We already use Logic App. I'm just doing same steps. Click add Logic App. Logic App name you can say Cloud Pandit Logic App. So make it consumption. Okay. Click review plus create. Consumption means we will have more control, like UI based templates, everything you can see. Just wait. So storage account is there, this is also there, this is also there. Go to this Logic App. Okay. So step one is, because I don't want to use the these templates and all. If I use a template and all, you may not learn much. So that's why I'll go from very blank Logic App. We start with a blank Logic App. So now, what is my source? I want to respond. I want to run my Logic App only whenever new mail comes into this Outlook. That's why my input is outlook.com. So that's why what you need to do. See, I'm going back again if you want to see. Sorry, Logic App Designer. Click on blank Logic App. So here you can search your outlook.com. Step one, because I'll not be able to go back every time, please look into it. So blank Logic App, I'm doing everything from scratch. Outlook.com, you search and click on Outlook. Okay, once you search with Outlook, now you need to say here, when you want to run your pipeline, when a new email arrives, okay, when a new email arrives, it has to run, but it has to do the further checks. But whenever new email arrives, you said, but into which account? So that's why you need to sign into that account. You need to sign in into that account. Got it? So if Logic App wants to go and monitor the new mail ID, new mails that are coming into this outlook.com, first you need to log in into outlook.com and you need to give full permissions to that particular mail ID. Okay, so this Logic App has now full permissions to access this particular outlook.com. See, new app connected to your Microsoft account, it is saying. Okay. Now, where you want to monitor your mail ID in inbox or not? Yes, all the new mails comes into the inbox. That's why I want to maintain importance. So any mail, there is no important, unimportant, low, normal. Any mail I want to monitor. Only with attachment? Yes. I want to respond for the mails which has the attachments. It must be included with the attachment. Clear till here? All of you clear on these points? Okay. So two more things. If you want to filter out, let's say I don't want to filter out, then you can leave it. But you want to say you want to filter out to and subject filter. Both you want to put it. Okay. Sorry, from, right, not to, because already to is there. You can see here from. So I want to respond for mails that I'm receiving from Cloud Pandit at the rate or Cloud Pandit 34 at the rate gmail.com. I want to respond only from Cloud Pandit 34 at the rate gmail.com mails, and the subject must be something like anything you can. Okay, sample CSV file. The subject is this one. Okay, subject must be this, and from address must be this one. To address must be, right, Cloud Pandit at the rate outlook.com. Okay, so these three are mandatory. Along with that, attachment must be yes, meaning attachment, you need to do the attachment and send the mail. So these four, when you have, then only this pipeline, this logic cap is basically going to respond to you. This particular logic cap is going to respond to you. This is a step one. When this logic cap should respond, this logic cap should respond only when a new mail comes into this inbox with the attachment from Cloud Pandit 34 and a sample CSV file. Okay. So let's say mail came. Okay, this is the step one. Now I'm going to the step two. Click new step. Okay, new step. So in the new step, okay, so in the new step, what we need to do is, so if you remember, we just received the what? We received the mail, right? So if you see your outlook.com again, if you click on outlook.com, so here triggers, we already have enabled the trigger. Now we are moving on to the actions. So what I need to do is get attachments. Okay, what I need to do? Get attachments. So whatever attachments are there in this mail, okay, those attachments I need to get it. Okay, so those attachments I need to get it. Now here it is asking two things, right? Mail, message ID and the attachment ID. Message ID means mail ID. There is a unique ID will be generated. Attachment ID, for each file the unique ID will be generated. So those things you no need to worry, it will fetch automatically. So there is a message ID. See, unique identifier of the message. Okay, attachment ID. Attachment ID also will be there here only. If you come down, see attachments, attachment ID, attachments, attachment ID. Okay, select this. Clear till here? Everybody clear on this step? Everybody clear on this, friends? Okay, so you have attachments. Okay, so you are basically taking all the attachments one by one. Now what I need to do, whatever whatever I am taking, whatever files attachments I am taking, what I need to do those attachment is I want to store it in the blob store. Select Azure blob store. See why it is displaying for me there, because those are the used things. But let's say you are back and it is not displaying here, you search here, it will come. Okay, see it is coming. Now you select Azure blob storage. Okay, so what you want to do, What you want to do, you want to create a blob. So you can say create blob. You want to create a blob means you want to create a new file. Now in which account you want to create this, which account? Okay, so let's say this, I can say connection for blob storage. This is just a name of the connection, like a linked service name. So authentication type is access key I'm going to use. What is the storage account name? Let me go here, get the storage account name. Go to access keys. This is the storage account name. Copy this, put this one here. Next, Azure storage account access key. Azure storage account access key. Show this, copy this one, put that one here. Okay, so once you have done this, click create. It basically authenticate and it will connect to the storage account. It's similar to how we are connecting to the blob storage from the Azure data factory, Okay, this is the connection. I'm just using that connection. Folder path. So this is a storage account. In this storage account, which folder, I want to put the files? /cloud pandit input. What is the blob name? So blob name, if you want, 1 second, it's taking more space, right? 1 second. Okay, so here if you look at the blob name means basically it's a blob name means, remember, it's a attachment name. Okay, so let me tell you attachment name, how to get it is here. We have attachment. Use the attachment selected. Okay, blob content means attachment content. Okay, attachment means what? File only, right? So if you see after clicking on this, if you're not able to see here anything, don't worry. See here, see more. Click on see more. Come down. Attachment content will be there. See attachment content. Select this. Okay. Attachment content also I have selected. Attachment name and attachment content also I have selected. All of it clear till here? So once you have done till here, you need to simply save this. That's all logic app that you need to design. So see, basically I will explain to you everything once again. When a new email arrives into the inbox with the attachments and the subject, we are filtering, subject must be sample CSV file, and from mail ID must be this. Okay, we are filtering only for these mail IDs. Whenever I receive a mail from this account, I need to respond. Okay, that is the when this logic app should run. Now when the attachments are there, so attachments, you may have multiple attachments also. That's why this is a for each. If you see for each, okay, so from multiple attachments, take one by one attachment and put it in this particular Cloud Pandit -input folder. In this, create each file and write the content into that file. It is basically copying that entire content from the mail to storage account. Using this logic app, we are copying this particular content into storage account from the Outlook. Shall we test it whether it is working or not? All of you clear? Just think for 2 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll get my charger. Any questions till here? Anybody have any questions? No questions? Okay, fine. Let me test it. So you can see our Cloud Pandit. Cloud Pandit 34. Sorry, you need to send it to cloudpandit@outlook.com. What should be the subject? Subject must be sample CSV file. Okay, so simply you can put hi team, please find attached document. Thanks. I'll say something like this, and I'll attach some file. Maybe you can upload any file. So I'm sending. Before I send it, let me show you once again the container. In input container, if you see, you don't have any files in it. Okay, now where is this? Here I attached and sent a mail. Now we'll see that particular thing will come here or not. In a minute, give 1 minute, you can able to see. But why I did not get it last time?
Is from address matched with the configuration? Is from address matched with the configuration, since we have the from address matching also, right?
From address?
From address is matched. From there, the mail came to the cloudpath@gmail.com versus Logic App.
Yeah, that I need to see, because otherwise it should run. Cloud Pandit 34 from address is correct. Looks like everything is fine, but we did not come. I don't know. Attachments, get attachment, create a block. Cloud Pandit block 0711, right? 0711. This is also correct. Cloud Pandit input. This is also correct only.
Do we need to trigger this mail or it will auto trigger?
No, that is auto trigger, right? When a new email arrives, it should run automatically.
Okay.
We should not run it. Generally, is there any mistake in the sending a mail or what? 1 second, give me 1 more minute. Let me see. Cloud Pandit. This is 34 only, right? Cloud Pandit 34. Cloud Pandit. I'll check it. Okay, no worries. We will see. Problem comes how to resolve also we should know. I was little bit out. Oh, see, how come these two files came now? How come two files came now? Okay, if I delete this, let's say if I am deleting something problem. Okay, I deleted. Sorry, deleted means two files deleted. I'm sending one more mail because this is something what we have not expected, right? Because why two files came now? Maybe this logic app is responding little bit later. What we will see now. Now, if I run the mail with one more attachment, how many files you should copy? How many files it should copy? Huh? Only one. It copied two when we send a second mail. That is not because of this. The issue is something like logic app is responding little bit slow. Send it. Now we'll see. We should get only one file, not two files. But fine, we'll see that. Okay, I received the mail. Okay, with the employee 1.csv. Let's come here and refresh it and see. We got it now, isn't it clear? We got the file. All of you clear on this? Okay, till here step one we are finished. So step two, actually I no need to explain, everybody aware. So we spend almost 1 hour only on the event based trigger. So I won't spend too much time on that because everybody aware. So I'll quickly discuss. Let's say whenever I send a mail, so that file is loading into the storage account, meaning that file is arriving into the storage account. Whenever new file arrived into the storage account, I can run the pipeline using what? Event based trigger. So for event based trigger, what is the one of the prerequisite? If you remember, one of the prerequisite is in subscription we must enable the event grid. Very good. Let me quickly check that and close that point, because anyhow we are using same subscription since month. So I don't think last week only we discussed it, right? Resource provider, event grid. You can see it's a registered already. For you it will not be registered. Select this and re-register. Okay, fine. This is fine. Come to overview. Next important thing is what? This one we need to create the Azure Data Factory now. Azure Data Factories. Let's create a data factory. So what this pipeline should do is, this pipeline simply should read the file which came recently into the input folder and copy into the output folder. Simple task. Very simple, because we are aware. Simply we need to do something on this. We are doing. Okay. So maybe in your requirement, as part of the project requirement, if they ask you to copy into databases and all, are you able to copy or not? Will you be able to copy that file or not, friends? Click review plus script. Click create. Yes. Go to resource, launch studio. How many linked services we need to move file from input folder to output folder? One or two? Two, right? Very good, Sujata. Two. Okay, Ravi, two. Very good. So yeah, other people are saying 1, 1, 1. They did not understand the concept. Very good, Sujata, Ravi. Anybody? Please respond quickly. Everybody see, I see only 6 people responded. How many linked services we need? Sujata, tell me. Satya Reddy, you also tell me where you will create 2 linked services. First tell me, Satya Reddy, Sujata, Ravi. Okay, first we will create a 1 linked service. Click new. To which storage account you need to create a linked service? This is a storage account. Okay, first one. Cloud Pandit block 0 to 11. Okay, so I'll come here. So data, this is data lecture Gen 2. LS for ADL Gen 2. Account key only. Subscription is this only. Storage account name is 0711. Okay, test the connection. No, why test connection failed?
Should be Blob, right? We created the storage account for Blob, not ADA.
This is sometimes issue. 1 second. This is not a data lake storage Gen 2. Yeah, sorry. This is a blob storage. I'm sorry. Connection successful. You are created. For which storage? 0711. Now Sujata, Ravi, Satya Reddy, Manikyam, everybody, can you quickly tell me? You said 2, right? So second linked service, to which storage account I need to create? Linked service, one more linked service you said, right? To which account I need to create one more linked service? Manikyam?
Outlook, I think.
Outlook. Why Outlook? What is the task I said? Task I said to move the file from input folder to output folder. Whenever new file arrived into the input inside input container, Logic App is going to place a file. So whenever that file comes, using the event-based trigger, we already discussed trigger properties. Okay, so using the trigger properties, you are going to read the container name, file name, and you read the file from that and load it into the Cloud Pandit-output folder. What attached file storage, Sujata? You need to understand. I'm telling you clearly. Again, you are saying again storage account and something you are saying attached file storage. You see, your input is here, your output is also in the same storage. You need only 1 linked service. I simply said, is it really 1 or 2? You are changed your answer. I'll confuse a lot. You should not confuse. You have to be stick to your answer. See, 4, 5 people, they have answered. They are not changing their answer because they are confident on their answer. You need to understand, okay? Please understand the concept. Simply, if you are attending classes, no use, okay? Fine. See, linked service, only 1 because our storage is only 1. Our inputs, our outputs, everything is within a same storage account. That's why we are moving data within a same storage account. That's why we need only 1 linked service. Come to Author tab. Create a new pipeline, as you know. So you know one thing that what is that? Click new two parameters you need to create. These are what? PL param for folder name, PL param for file name. Okay, let's say this is the copy data activity. We already discussed, that's why I'm going a little bit fast. Click new source dataset, which is a blob storage CSV file. Source. Don't select any folder because folder and the file name must come from the dataset parameters. So I'll create a dataset parameters. Any doubts in this? We have done all these things. Folder name and the file name. So these things where I need to select here. Okay. So once I have taken, once I like dataset parameters required a folder name and file name. So how dataset parameters will receive? These will receive from the pipeline parameters. See, PL param folder name I am passing, PL param file name I am passing. Okay, try to understand, this is the logic. So from trigger properties, we'll pass the folder name, file name to the pipeline parameters. From pipeline parameters, we will pass it to the dataset parameters. From dataset parameters, we are going to pass these values to the dataset to select the folder. From that folder, we are going to select the file. All of you clear? Okay, see, try to understand. I know it will be a little bit confusing you, but try to remember, we already discussed also trigger properties to pipeline parameter we are passing. From pipeline parameters, we need to pass it to the dataset parameter. That is what I am doing. See, dataset parameters we created, we are passing the values for these from the pipeline parameters. But where you use these dataset parameters within the dataset to select the folder and the file. But how to pass trigger properties to the pipeline parameter, we are already aware, we will do that. Meanwhile, we will select the sync also. Sync is click new dataset, which is for the same blob storage. Maybe you can select only Cloud Pandit output, because sync side same file will be copied. You don't need to say the file name, this same whatever file you are reading from source, that will be copied, but you can say the target is Cloud Pandit output. Why I have used the source side, the dataset parameters, pipeline parameters, because today I received one mail, one file will come in the sit in this folder. So tomorrow one more mail, one more file added, one more file added. So 10 files, 20 files when I have in this folder, all these files I should not take. I need to take a specific file from this folder. That's why I'm sending a trigger properties to tell that, hey, this is the container. I have loaded a latest file. This is the latest file. This information will be given by trigger properties to pipeline parameters. Pipeline parameters will help to the dataset parameters. Dataset parameters will help us to select that particular file from the source and copy into the sync. The sync is can be any location where you want to store your target data. Okay, fine. So now when this pipeline should run, whenever a new file arrived into the storage account. Okay, that's why click new /edit. You can say new trigger or event based trigger. You select your storage events as we discussed already. This is a subscription. This is the storage account 0711. Okay, container name. This is a container name if you see input. Okay, next blob path ends with only .csv files you want to run, or for everything? I want to run only for the .csv files. Whenever file is arrived. Whenever new file is arrived, then only. So you want to ignore empty blobs? No. Even if the file is empty file, I want to respond. I want to copy that file into the target. Generally, we will ignore this. The reason is there is no use of copying such empty files, right? So, but I'm just putting empty, like ignore empty blobs. You know already these all options we explored. Isn't it? Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this, friends? If you're not asking, I don't know whether you were clear or not clear. Please confirm if you have any doubt. Everybody good? Okay, fine. Please practice this session, which is very important. Okay. Ends with .csv. See the .csv matched file is this. It is same. Okay, click continue. So here we need to pass the folder name and the file name to this pipeline parameters. How to pass it? You are already aware, right? Trigger body dot file name. Okay, go to Microsoft documentation to get the trigger body dot folder path. If you want to get a folder, in which folder this file is arrived, I already shared this link also. I think with you, right? This is the folder path. If you go to documentation, this will give you the file name. Okay, put this file name. Okay. So once you have given these things, click OK. Click publisher. Click publisher. That's all simple. You have done everything. We like what is the pending thing is? Pending thing is to test. We need to test end to end. Everything is working or okay. Publishing is completed. Now only one file is there. Now what I will do? See, you need to do. You need to understand. Okay, fine. What you will understand. Meantime, let me send a mail. Right. I'll send one more mail to send cloud connected. So subject must be same because we are filtering out. Okay, based on this. The file is, let's say, something the result one or anything is fine. Okay, we upload these results in that CSV. Hi team, please find attachment. Any see the body can be anything because there is no filter for the body, right? You can put anything. Now I'm sending a mail. So first thing is this mail should be received to this Outlook. This Outlook should receive that mail. We'll see. This should be the first step. Whenever mail is sent, it should receive. Step one is finished. Step two is this file should be extracted and put it in this input folder. Just wait. Just wait. It may take a minute. So result1.csv file is there. Now pipeline should run and it should be like only that file result1.csv must be copied into this. Now we will see whether pipeline is running or not. Go to monitor tab. See, pipeline is ran. Already pipeline ran based on event based trigger and it copied that file into the cloud pandit-output folder. All of it clear, end to end we have tested the pipeline. Everything is working as expected. Clear, friends? Everybody clear on this scenario? See, I'll tell you, I'll not reveal the company name because this is something recording. There is one organization. Recently, there are a lot of demand for that particular organization. So panel is also only one person. He used to ask only this question. Based on this question, he used to select the candidate. So that much important because maybe they have that much demand and they are all pipelines based on this scenario. Okay, that's why I have to take this session. Clear, all of you?
Malay, I mean, here we filtered out only one email and one subject. So by using the dynamic option on the right hand side, I mean, and the logic
Why
are, we
dynamic
can.
option? Why do you need dynamic option? If you are not selecting those two by default, if you remember in the Logic app, if you are not selecting those options means it will accept from every mail. So here
No, no.
I added these two things.
Okay.
Subject and from address I added. Earlier these two are not there. If you don't give these two, automatically it will accept from everything.
Okay,
Yeah,
consider I need more email and more subject, right? I can add it in the same filter, right? That's what my question.
Okay. Here, yeah, you can put comma and you can add it.
Okay,
You
okay.
try it. As the reality is, I did not test it, but I'm
Okay.
thinking it will accept, because from our last email notification when we are sending, we have added the mails with the comma separated, right? So same
correct,
stuff may work here. So try that, because I have not tested. So that's why I'm not confident on the answer, but
Sure,
I'll test it.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah. Maybe I can able to test it here itself. It is saying in the valid mail it is. I think we need to give not comma, semicolon I have given. Now let's see, I'm not very sure about it, right? So, but I'll check it. Okay. Yes. Subject, I'm not writing anything. I'll simply send a mail. So this file received, step 1 is finished. If step 2 is reached, means step 3 will be done. But step 3 we need to see. Just wait for a minute, we can able to see that whether the file is coming here or not coming. Yeah, it's working with the not a comma, it's a semicolon. I have used what? Semicolon. Got it?
Thanks, Malay.
Rajan, okay, fine. And one more question I have received, that is, what happens if we, so you know, right, now this allcast.csv file will be copied into this Cloud Pandit-Outlook output. See, you may ask why you are copying simply from input container to output container. If you want to copy OUO, you can able to directly load data into the output container. See, the goal is not to copy data from input to output. Our goal is to run a pipeline whenever a new attachment mail comes. So that pipeline can do anything. It may have different logics, maybe whatever we have done earlier, multiple folders copy, multiple files copy. So maybe it's on-premise side, client is doing some process. Once their process completed, they are triggering notification saying that so that by attaching some sample file saying that these files we have processed. So whenever they have sent a mail, what we are going to do is we are going to look at the mail. Okay, this mail came from my client, and which says job got completed, subject is job got completed for today, and I need to read that file, and based on the files that they have loaded, I need to do the data ingestion. I can consider this file as some metadata file. I can read this file. I will have which tables which and all tables are processed from client side. I can take this and I can do a multi-table ingestion or multi-folder ingestion. You know, already metadata driven pipelines and all, multiple folders copy, multiple table copy, incremental load copies. Okay. So other scenarios we have discussed, incremental file copies, all those things. Okay. So now final testing. So we'll attach multiple files and we'll do the testing, whether it is working or not working. Okay. Okay, so these two files are not there. So I'm triggering the notification with these two files to the same Cloud Pandit at the rate. Why Cloud Pandit is not coming? Cloud Pandit at the rate outlook.com. Okay. Subject is same. Two attachments I sent it this time. Yeah, two files came now, I think. See, two files came. Now we'll see whether those two files are going to copy into here or not. Just wait for a minute. We should be able to see those two files here. Yes. So two files you can see, credit.csv, configuration.csv. There are two files came. Pipeline will run two times. Okay, based on the event, as you know, it will copy those two files into see already copied configuration.csv, and it will also copy the credit.csv also copied. If you see the pipeline ran now two times. See two times 736, 737. Okay, these two ran just now. Okay, so like I hope everybody have full clarity on the things, so we can able to filter out from multiple mail IDs, and you can send the multiple files also in the same mail. Any questions?
Yeah, Malaya. Is Logic App is maintaining any status flag for the processed messages? How it's skipping from the next trigger time for the old messages not to be processed?
Old messages. See, whenever old messages, it will not look into it, right? See, when the Logic App is going to be responded, Logic App will be responding only when a new mail comes. So old things, it will not look into it. You already processed means it will understand, okay, this is not a new one, right? So whenever it will keep monitoring, whenever new alert comes, it will respond. So that is what, when a new email arrives.
Okay.
So from whom? So from this person or from this person with this subject. That is what we told.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions, friends?
Malaya, can you send one email without attachment with same subject and same email ID but without attachment?
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, thank you, Malaya.
Without attachment, right? You want.
Yes, Malaya, I want to check the behavior of the pipeline actually.
Behavior is it will not be able to copy. What is there in this? Nothing will happen. Even you will not be able to see what is happening in the background. What it will copy, it will not copy anything. So when the
Yeah,
file,
I know, Malaya, but I want to check in the monitor whether the pipeline is executing or not. It should not execute actually.
Edu Data Factory pipeline.
Yes, yes.
See, remember one thing, Edu Data Factory pipeline, when it will run, when a new file arrived into this input folder, right? So to get the file into this input folder, there is no file attached into the mail. That is first thing. Second thing is that particular mails, whenever new mail comes, if that new mail is not having the attachment, our Logic App also will not respond to it. You don't need to go and check till here because it will not run definitely. But one thing, Logic App itself will not run. Okay.
Yeah, Malaya, that is clear. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. See, pipeline is not run. Clear, all of you? Okay, that's all. It is not running. Your trigger history must be there. That's what I'm saying. Here you can see how many times when and all. See, 2 times it ran. Okay. It fired the logic app now. Fired the logic app. Clear, all of you? Python is not running at this time. You can also see the logic app when it ran and all. So from the overview tab, you can see trigger history. You will be able to see. If you want to see run history, when and all it ran, you can also see that also. 736. It's a when we have attached 2 files, right? 736 new file arrived. That time it ran. So when we send a new mail again without attachment, even the logic app itself did not run. Clear? Any more questions? Okay, if no questions, then thank you all. Thank you. That's all for today.